Welcome. I am Reverend Montclair, and this is Monday Church with Reverend Montclair, although it is a late posting because Monday has been a very long travel day. Let's speak about costume with Halloween right around the corner in American culture where children and adults dress up in costumes. Sometimes the costumes are things that are scary, and sometimes they are not. Sometimes they are things that we may desire or fantasize about. So little kids might dress as the Scream, or as a fairy princess, or as a witch, or the Hulk. All kinds of different characters that we may choose to embody when we wear a costume. One thing a costume does is it can free you from your everyday self. It can help encourage you to embrace characteristics that are not familiar to you, sometimes strengths, and other desirable characteristics, perhaps even powers that are beyond human or thought to be beyond human, superpowers. Costume is also something that we might do on an emotional level on a daily basis. Costuming, covering up our emotions, or pretending that certain feelings we have don't exist. The way that we mask our feelings or our disappointments or even the things that we want to be most excited about in life are also types of costumes. It could be the way we wear our facial expressions. It could be the way we monitor our tone of voice. That kind of masking behavior can be characteristic in what we do or don't do, or who we show up with or not. So there's all kinds of masking behaviors that will hide the true self. And there is a cost for those masking behaviors because when you mask what you're feeling, perhaps because you don't trust your environment or those in the environment, you are essentially telling yourself you are not safe, the world is not safe, and even the worst case scenario that your heart is not safe with you. Because when we embrace what it is our heart's desire, whether it's to dress up as something that we can only imagine becoming, um, we can honor ourselves when we allow those heart of hearts feelings to come forth to the surface. And yeah, the world can be a scary place and it can be an unsafe place. And there are people that do hide their true selves because the environment they're in is not safe. But what happens when that is the way we go through our life? When nowhere to us seems to be safe, when we have learned to not trust anything or anyone, and therefore we are not being our true selves in the lives we are living. There's a huge cost to doing that, to ourselves and also to the world, because essentially the world needs us to be our unique selves. We all fulfill some kind of necessary role in the great puzzle of this life. And without showing up as who we truly are, the world is lacking. It is missing out on who we are. It is missing out on our true feelings, our wisdom that only we have from our life experiences. It's missing out on our knowledge. It's missing out on true, honest connection. So, wearing the mask, like most things in our world, has two sides. It can be freeing or it can be inhibiting. And the mask can be your very own face. It can be something that we've created. It can be something we bought pre-manufactured. And often when children and others wear the mask or characteristics of something brutal, something evil, something cruel, what they're doing is trying to empower themselves to overcome the fear of the thing that scares them the most. Unfortunately, this tends to be a psychological characteristic where if someone was abused, they become the abuser. Why? Because they seem to internally believe you are either the abused or the abuser. This is not true. It is a black and white conclusion that the child self or the fight or flight mind comes to. And it creates a lot of generational trauma getting passed on and on and on. It creates a lot of awful experiences in relationships where the person that has been abused becomes the abuser. And they're still not getting what they want, which is safety, place that they can trust, intimacy, and to be their true and honest self, to be their authentic selves, to bring whatever amazing uniqueness each individual has to the world and be valued for it, to be seen for it, to be honored for being the true self. So, masking our feelings, masking even our experiences by not sharing those experiences creates a superficial experience in life on the negative side. On the positive side, wearing a mask can free ourselves from those fears, can liberate us from the personality construct that we wear or embody throughout the day that may also limit us. So, freeing us from that can give us a new experience in life, can open up avenues of communication with the self, can let us try on a new self and a new life that might not have been possible in the personality that we may be outgrowing or maybe should outgrow. So, masks are amazing and liberating, and I believe necessary in our society and all societies to empower us. And also, again, everything has the positive and negative. We have to be careful what masks we choose, when we choose them, and for what purposes. So, folks, have a beautiful Halloween, which is hallowed evening, which is holy evening, the time of the year when many say the veil is thinner between this life and the afterlife or the spirit world. And it has very much a strong connection with the Days of the Dead in the Spanish culture and in many cultures around the world, which is celebrated November 1st and 2nd. I wish our culture here in America would have a 3-day event, Halloween and Days of the Dead together, to honor all those cultures that are integrated into American culture. And maybe one day we will. Certainly, Halloween has become such an important holiday across the country that retailers like to put the Halloween decorations out right at the end of summer. And the sales for such Halloween costume and decoration over the last decade have gone up and up and up. It is rivaling Christmas, which, as you may have noticed too, that even on the night of Halloween, I have seen Christmas decorations starting to go out. So I'm reminding you to be present in your lives, in your hearts, in your lived experience, rather than just your imagined experience. Because that's where the fears are, in your imagined experience. And being present, that's where all the opportunities are. In the moment, that's where the power is to choose in this moment who you are, who you want to be, and how you're going to present yourself to this world. So enjoy yourselves. Have a great Halloween weekend. If you haven't already, last weekend, the festivities started. And to close with my favorite prayer, the Navajo or Diné prayer of the Beauty Way. May you walk in beauty, with beauty before you, with beauty above you, with beauty below, with beauty all around you. May you walk. Happy Halloween. Till next time, thanks for tuning in.